Claire Stanton.
Claire?
Jack Meadows here. Look, I'm sorry about this, but I'm ringing round the whole firm. I've got some very bad news.
John Boulton's body was found in the early hours of this morning.
And it looks like murder.
What?
It's come as a terrible shock to us all, but I'm sure the one thing that John would have wanted was that we all pull together and do what we can to assist in the investigation.
Who did this?
Well, there are no firm suspects as yet. AMIP are leading the inquiries, and of course they'll be reviewing John's current caseload.
In the meantime, I'm asking you all to come in early so you can be interviewed as potential witnesses.
So?
Good. Well, I knew I could rely on you, Claire.
Jack, you know the Executive Superintendent Roadrules.
Yeah, I do. Hello, Mum.
Jack.
Christy.
This is DS Ferris. I know this is a difficult time for all of you at Sun Hill, and my team will do everything we can to respect your feelings. But this is a murder inquiry, and we have to move fast.
We know that.
Amit's spread a bit thin at the moment, so can I call on your troops for routine work if necessary?
I'm sure they'll be keen to help. Now, I thought you might like to be brought up to date on John's current inquiries.
I certainly do, but can we clarify one thing first? I understand that DS Boulton was not, in fact, on duty at the time of his death.
That's correct.
So the assault which killed him could be unrelated to his police work?
It could be.
But?
John was the sort of officer who wouldn't hesitate to pursue a line of inquiry in his own time.
What, you mean DS Boulton didn't necessarily play by the rules?
No.
It's a real joke, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right there, Sergeant.
You set it down.
Has anybody spoken to the family?
It'll be an hand on it. There's procedures and all that.
Suppose there'll be a whip round. Anyone onto that?
Thanks for volunteering, Danny.
Sarge.
So this is the case that John Boulton was working on at the time of his death?
Yeah. Rachel Booker was found in an alleyway. She'd been assaulted and been left in a coma from which she never recovered. And she worked as a lap dancer at the club of Howard Fallon. And she was also having a relationship with Howard's associate, Ray Bazzini. And these two have got form that goes way back. And at the moment, amongst other things, we suspect them of drug dealing.
Another dancer at the club, Lynette, whose real name is Anne-Marie Olsen, said that Bazzini was responsible for the assault on Rachel. Now, she had money going through various bank accounts, way in excess of her earnings. That's even taking into account a bit of tomming on the side. The suspicion is that she was laundering Bazzini and Fallon's drug money.
Now, Lynette was prepared to give evidence, and we had her in a safe house, but it was discovered.
What, the location was leaked?
We have to assume that.
Lynette got away, but she went into hiding from us and the villains. John Boulton was the only officer she trusted, and he was the only person who knew how to contact her.
So Bazzini and Fallon have got to be in the frame. Who worked with Boulton on the case?
Quite a few officers, one way and another, but mainly Claire Stanton and Don Beach.
Thing is, you've got to ask yourself what he was doing there.
Well, it had to be an inquiry, hadn't it? You know what John Boulton was like when he got his teeth into something?
Do you think there's a meeting with a snout? Something like that?
Well, that'd be my guess.
Well, we all bellyache about having our hands tied behind our back with rules and procedures and that, don't we? Times like this, you can see they make sense.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, he shouldn't have been there on his own, should he? We all know it goes on. He's just asking for trouble.
Who pulled your chain, Mickey?
What?
John Boulton was 10 times the copper you'll ever be. He was also my best mate in this, Nick. I'm not going to have some boy with 2 years' service under his belt slagging him off, all right?
Calm down. I never meant anything by it.
No? Well, if you didn't mean anything by it, you should shut your gob.
Come on, Sarge.
Can I have your attention? We've drawn up a schedule for interviews. You're free to go about your normal duties as far as possible, but please make sure you're available for the times requested.